Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, I'll be introducing you to the new narrative campaign series. I recently did a collaboration video with the Salty Sea, where we challenged each other to come up with some budget warbands for narrative campaign play, and he did an awesome video where he went through the Beasts of Chaos and also the Bone Splitters and created two warbands up to 1,400 points. I came up with some warbands for the Sylvaneth and also the Seraphon, and I'll put links to the Salty Seas video and also the one I did in the description below. So if you haven't seen it already, definitely worth checking it out. Certainly if you're interested in those warbands and getting started with campaign play and building a warband. After I did the rules series where we went through all the different rules for Warcry and in a 14-part series, then the next step was to move on and look at the campaigns and the narrative campaigns in detail, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks. So I'm focusing on a brand new series where we go through everything you need to know about starting and running a campaign with your warband. And the Salty Sea come up with some really great ideas for the Beasts of Chaos and Bone Splitters, and they're both two warbands that I was really keen on taking into a campaign as the first campaign for the channel. And so we're going to go with the Beasts of Chaos, and we can go through it all together right from the start, from building the miniatures, choosing who's going to be in the warband, and then we'll work through every part of the narrative campaign play as featured in the core rulebook. I've taken a couple of clips from the video and just to really highlight some of the great points he's made about, especially with campaign play, how it's a great way to tell a story, and it also allows you to have a wider array of units that you can use, so you can really expand your warband and go deep into their background, their history, and then play out the narrative as you battle through the campaign. I really liked how he used the starter box sets to look at how you can make a warband, and this is really quite cheap to do. You can get quite a lot of miniatures, and his example, the first one he did was the Beasts of Chaos starter set, which gives you like the Great Bray Shaman, the Ungors, the Bestigors, and also the big Cygor monster that you can bring in and use during a campaign as one of your fighters. And on top of that, if you want to bring in some other fighters, some more specialised ones, then he recommended the Doom Bull. That is a real good miniature to bring in. And you've got the Games Workshop sculpt, but he also gave some ideas for some other brands and some other miniatures that are a lot cheaper and, you know, some of them a lot more detailed as well. So that was really interesting to see. And he also looked at a campaign roster for the Bone Splitters, and that included my favourite model, which I've just picked up actually, the Wurgog Prophet, using with some Savage Aurochs set. So you can get tons out of that set and that one Prophet. But now with the new Underworld set coming out and the individual models in there and another Prophet, that's going to be a great one to combine with the Savage Aurochs. So yeah, that was really interesting how he put that together, and I loved that. But this is the part that's got me really motivated. He put together a great warband for 1,000 points, and then also a campaign warband up to 1,400 points using that box set for the Beasts of Chaos. And I've already done an unboxing video of this and also gone through the Warcry card set. And so this is the set I've chosen to use for our first warband to go through a narrative campaign with. So I thought it'd be cool now to really get started on the rules for the narrative campaign and go really in depth on how you can start a campaign of your own using a warband. And I'll go right from the beginning using my Beasts of Chaos, and I haven't built them yet, so it really is the early stages right through to the end, and we'll document the process all the way through and go through all the rules that you can find in the core rulebook and also the supplement book for the Chaos Alliance. This video is just going to be an introduction to what's coming, so I'll work through everything that we're going to cover in this new series, and the first video for the campaign series is going to be up on the channel tomorrow. Then over the next couple of weeks, we'll work through 14 videos going through every step of the campaign process, and we'll end with a battle report, which will be the first battle of the campaign for the Beasts of Chaos. So here's the Beasts of Chaos starter set, and this is the box that we're going to be taking through and using for our campaign. And I've also got the card pack that came with it, and so Here's loads of different fighters, and if you haven't seen this video, I'll put it up in the description below so you can check it out. But yeah, it's really cool. I go through all the box and the contents, exactly what you're going to get. But this is really great. You get this Cygor monster, and you can use him in the campaign as part of your warband. So that's going to be really fun. You also get a really good leader included here, the Bray Shaman. So this is really good. And some Ungors and Bestigors. Now some of these aren't included in the cards, like the Cygor and the Bray Shaman. But during this video series, I'll show you how you can put together your own cards, and also I'll go through the different books and show you how you can use the information in there, and everything you need to know for a campaign, we'll make sure we go through it. And as we develop the campaign, we'll just put together Bestigors, Ungors, the Great Bray Shaman and the Cygor, and then we'll look at picking up some extra miniatures, maybe some of the Centigors, but certainly the Doomball. We'll get some of those, and we'll develop and grow the warband as we work through the campaign. So it's going to be really fun and a real start to finish series. For the series, all the rules we're going to take from the core book, and there's quite a bit to go through. So we're looking at, for the whole narrative campaign, there's about 10 pages. So we'll cover everything from embarking upon a campaign, the campaign quests. We'll go in depth about territory rules, artifacts of power and command trait tables. We'll look at building a roster, and we'll do that together, and also go through the background tables and how you can personalise all the fighters in your warband. So that's a really fun part of it, and this really adds to the narrative. And you can use the background tables in the book, but we'll also look at how to come up with your own ideas and maybe look at some templates and things to get us started. And so this will go through the whole thing for the roster, for adding fighters, tracking your progress through the campaign, preparing your first battle, all the different things about territory and glory points. Then we'll look at actually playing a game for the campaign, the convergences, the narrative of convergences, again using the narratives in the book, but also how we can maybe develop our own for the future. Then we'll take a look at the aftermath sequence, and this again is a really great way to kind of build on the fun and the excitement of the game, because you can actually lose fighters. They can die, get killed, get injured, so it really is fun. And we'll go through all that together. We'll look at dominating territories, reinforcements, making those injury rolls, rolling for destiny levels so you can improve your fighters, so that's really great. And then all about the lesser artifacts. We'll go through these different tables and how to use them, and then go through the campaign progress tracker, earn artifacts of power and command traits, and then through to completing a campaign quest. And then if you want to start another one, we'll look at that as well, and we'll go through everything to do with the roster and this page here. And so that's the whole section we'll cover, and we'll break it down into individual videos, just like I did with the Warcry rules series, and then we can go in depth and really focus on it in detail. We'll also use the Agents of Chaos supplement book for Warcry, and then we'll go through the Beasts of Chaos in here, and then that will serve as an example that you can apply to any of the other warbands you want to play. And it's very similar, all the other books as well will be very similar to this. So in the Beasts of Chaos, we'll go through their narrative in a huge amount of detail, so we'll really focus on this. We'll also look at the abilities for the fighters and the leaders, all the different fighter types available. And then we'll also look at how you can substitute, say, a different model for a fighter. So if you've got a model that you think, oh, that would make a really good Beast Lord, so we'll just look at how you can do that. So you don't have to use the exact model for the exact card. And then we'll be taking the information from here, putting it into a card template, and then printing that off and showing how you can use this alongside this card pack that we've got, because it's difficult to use the book in a game, so it's really cool to get them onto cards and then use them alongside these as you play. In the core rule book, we're also going to get another campaign section where it lays out the different campaigns and all the convergences for the different warbands, but we'll obviously focus on the one for the Beasts of Chaos, and so we'll go into that in detail as well. And you'll see more campaign battles in this book, the Agents of Chaos supplement book, and also in the other supplement books for the different alliances. But we'll focus on this one, and again we'll go through it all in detail and show you how you can choose and play it. But I also want to do a video on how to make your own. So if you want to come up with your own complete campaign around an idea of narrative that you have, then I want to go through that too, because that's something I really want to do on the channel into the future. So we'll delve into that a little bit, and then that'll give us a good idea about how to create our own campaigns. So there we go, that's everything that we're going to cover in this new series, and I'll be putting the videos out over the next 2 weeks. And so if there's anything you think that you would like to see included that's perhaps not in the books, then I'd love to hear from you. So let me know in the comment section below. And this narrative campaign play is really what appealed to me with Warcry, the idea of kind of taking a warband, really giving them a solid background, developing the characters within the warband. I think that's really fun, and to be able to play them then through different battles and campaigns. You lose some, you gain some other fighters as they get killed, you bring on big monsters like this guy here. I think that's going to be great fun to play, and you know, spanning it out over a number of weeks as you play it, that's really good. I think you can really go in deep, and rather than just having single battles with different warbands, you can really put your own kind of customization onto a warband, build that narrative, and just what a great fun game, and what a great thing to spend your time doing. So as well as this campaign series, on the Patreon page, I'll be putting lots of cards for individual fighters that aren't included in the packs and even in the books, and coming up with new monsters and abilities for those monsters. So that's something I do on the Patreon page. So if you're interested in that, please check it out. It's a great community, and we have a Discord channel where we chat, share our hobby, kind of give each other motivation and ideas, and it's been real fun since I started it last week, and it's been really great to everyone who's joined so far. Thanks so much. As well as the Discord channel, Patreon's the place to get some benefits you're not going to get everywhere else, like these specific cards and monsters and abilities, backgrounds, narratives, and then I build warband rosters and give little backgrounds and stories to them, so you can choose to use those in a campaign if you wanted to. The first video from the series will be on the channel tomorrow, and also look out for a video I'm going to do for the Beasts and Thralls, and that'll be the final video for the Warcry rule set, because that's something that comes up and is important, especially when you start using all the different cards that are included in the book and the card pack. You'll notice that chaotic beasts come up a lot, so we'll cover that in a video, and that'll be up in the next couple of days too. So lots to look forward to, but I'm really excited about this narrative campaign, and I really hope you come and join me for the journey and see these beasts getting developed and playing through campaigns. Thanks again to the Salty Sea for a great collaboration, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can go and check out his channel, where he goes through all different Warcry content, from building different warbands, going through all the different alliances, and even rating all the fighters from the lowest to the highest strength. I'd love to hear how you get on with your campaigns, so let me know in the comments below what warbands you've taken through a campaign, what have been the highlights, what works, what doesn't work, and yeah, it'd be awesome to hear your thoughts, so please share them in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.